I want you all to understand the lengths that these people are going to now to control the narrative. And I do think that it goes without saying, it isn't a question of if, it's a question of when it's going to end. That's what's going to happen. You will not maintain this Israel has the right to defend itself storyline.
No.
Now it's just a storyline, let's be fair. It's not going to last. And now that it went from paying somebody $8,000 a month, now it's $7,000 a post. That's a level of, I mean, listen, that's a lot of fucking money to throw. Oh.
Well, look at all the ads that are popping up during our live stream. All they have is Hasbara. That's all they have. Yeah. And so, yeah, they're like in the death throes, and they're going to throw everything that they have at this. But yeah, it reeks of desperation. They reek of desperation, don't they? Those Zios.
If you think it's bad, wait till you hear this.
Some of the US influencers Netanyahu chose to meet with at Israel's Consulate General in New York, tasked with taking over TikTok and X in an attempt to shore up international support for Israel during the genocide in Gaza. First up, we have his own son, Netanyahu. His Instagram bio reads, "From the river to the sea, this flag, the Israeli flag, is all you'll see."
Mm.
Now, keep in mind, this jackoff lives in Miami Beach.
I have to get out of here. I have got to get out of South Florida. We're being infested.
Mm. Now, you would think if you loved Israel as much as you claim that you do, you would not have a problem living there. Apparently, he's running for cover. I don't understand. I mean, you would have to imagine that he has to walk around with like some type of Secret Service detail at all times.
Absolutely. Without a doubt, he walks around with complete security. I mean, Miami is a place where, yeah, like that's where the Zios are going. They're going to escape to two places. They're going to come to here and they're going to go to Argentina. That's their escape route. All right. And I need to bail out of this. Oh, where? Cyprus, but.
So that's three.
But okay, Cyprus, but it's so small. But yeah, I understand. But I don't think that in the past we've always thought of Cyprus as like Petter Haven, where we're now going to be, because where else are they all going to go? And if they're going to come somewhere here, it's going to be to Miami. Of course, it's going to be to Miami, because it's always Florida.
Just can't get away from it.
On social media, he has denied the genocide in Gaza and blamed images showing malnutrition on genetic issues, attributing them to Palestinian incest.
I just want to remind that 45% of the marriages in Gaza are between first cousins, so there is some genetic problems there. And they presented it like he's suffering from starvation.
Next is Lizzie Savetsky, a pro-Israel influencer. At the roundtable with Netanyahu, she said,
"I stick my neck out there and say the harsh truth that people don't often want to hear."
Back in February, she shared a video of Rabbi Meir Kahane, a figure who was even deemed extremist by Israel itself, once again calling it the truth and saying that the only language Arabs understand is force and fear. And then there's Emily Austin, another Zionist influencer.
So I will talk about this more on Saturday, but I figured out something about Emily Austin that it actually just dawned on me earlier today. You know what that is?
She's Zio Barbie.
That is RFK's AIPAC handler. And I'll explain that on Saturday.
Okay, well, that makes sense then,
Publicly
doesn't
denied cases of Palestinian suffering, accused Palestinian journalists of being terrorists, and yet was still allowed to report at the FIFA Club World Cup. In one video, she said this about being pro-Palestine.
"Imagine supporting people who start wars just to lose the wars so they can cry about it and then try it all again."
She was also...
Yeah, you dumb bitch. That would be Israel.
I also want to point out, for those who may not know, but this guy, I don't even remember his name, and frankly, I don't give a shit. What I
white
do,
hair?
Yeah, Mr. Skilo, or isn't that what? Or yeah, I think that's what he used to.
And it reminds me of like the, I don't know, from the remember the Delight video, "Groove is in the heart." He's wearing like some sort of cool
Groove is in the heart.
Right, he looks like he's one of those like groovy dancers.
Yeah, but I think what's more important here is that for those who don't know, that content creator is the guy who was standing in front of those truckloads worth of aid that was supposed to get into Gaza and basically making fun of the fact that they can't get their hands on it. That's him.
Oh, isn't that funny? Isn't
Yeah.
that funny? I
Hysterical.
love that we're learning who all these people are because, well, I mean, they'll have to be part of the escape route too. Who knows where they'll end up? But these people are going to be like pariahs in the world, just like Israelis are now.
Indeed.
cry about it, and then try it all again.
She was also invited by Trump to view the so-called Epstein files, which of course contained only flight logs and contact lists.
So I just need to point this out. Who in the fuck is this kid? Because she's basically a kid. She's only like 23 years old. Why would somebody like her get her hands on information like that? Unless she's inside.
Or she's just involved in the Epstein ring. I mean, she's, part of it. Who the hell knows?
Yeah.
Already public for years. Another influencer, that opinionated girl, formerly that Zionist girl, following her meeting with Netanyahu.
AIPAC is not an Israeli organization. It has no ties whatsoever to the government of Israel.
So this is the same AIPAC that coordinates directly with Israeli officials, lobbies for pro-Israel policy, and was set up after its predecessor was legally required to register as a foreign agent. The group has also funded hundreds of congressional trips to Israel over the last decade. Then there's Deborah Leah Schwartzman, a Trump supporter and pro-Israel influencer. She called Netanyahu a personal hero and one of the greatest politicians of all time, describing meeting him as the honor of her life. Previously, she posted that people supporting Palestine should rot in hell.
The people that are sympathizing with Palestine right now literally rot in hell.
Yeah. Well, for those of us who don't believe in hell, that's just kind of funny, but whatever.
There's a person who's never been told no their entire life.
And ironically, what's really funny is Jews don't believe in heaven and hell. So I don't know what she's talking. So she clearly, I don't know who she's talking about.
And then there's Shay Sabo, the proudest Israeli American you'll ever meet. She says her compassion for Palestinians is why she does not support recognizing a Palestinian state while continuing to promote pro-Israel content.
Now, if you don't remember this lady, and I'm going to remind you all of who she is, I'm pretty sure about this. I could be wrong, but I am very sure that this is the same person that claimed that she got attacked on Columbia University's campus during the March protest. You hit me in the eye! You hit me in the eye!
Oh, okay.
So now it all starts to make sense, doesn't it?
Well, they have a certain amount of paid operatives, and that's what they've always had to do. They've been having to pay people to have protests and marches. They've had to pay people to have any amount of numbers whatsoever.
Yes, Manwith got it. Eyeball girl. Yes, I am very, very sure that this is Eyeball girl. She looks just like her.
Okay. Well, they only have so many people to use.
That's true. That's a good point.
While continuing to promote pro-Israel content online.
I care about their future so much that I refuse to endorse a plan that traps them under corrupt and extremist ideology and leadership.
It's certainly not the first time Israel has enlisted US influencers to try and counter the facts. In August, Israel allowed a select number of American and Israeli influencers access to Gaza in an attempt to counter major news organizations around the world and what they'd been reporting about the deadly nature of aid distribution in Gaza. And one such influencer was self-proclaimed Zionist Xavier DeRusso, who proudly said,
"If I were Israel, I wouldn't even provide matching socks to Gaza."
And of course, these individuals were the exception to Israel's total ban on international journalists from entering and reporting in Gaza. Netanyahu's interest in TikTok also appears to come at the same time as reports that the Trump administration is finalizing a deal with Beijing to move the app's US operations from Chinese to American control.
One little thing that I also want to point out here that maybe you guys are not, very few I think are probably even aware of this. So the acquisition by Larry Ellison, Jen, to acquire TikTok, $14 billion is what he spent. The actual value of TikTok, $40 billion.
Not if everyone would get the hell off of it and leave him holding nothing. That's the whole point. It's like, why do people need that?
Because unfortunately, life is not very fun right now, and distractions like that make people
but it feeds itself. It's just not.
We'll finish that.
To American control. And so, from Yair Netanyahu to Lizzie Sabetsky, Emily Austin to Deborah Lear, these influencers are no longer just spreading Zionist ideology. They are part of a coordinated effort to try and normalize and obscure the ongoing genocide in Gaza.
Yep. I mean, that's what they have to do. I mean, they have to pay propaganda, because when you don't have facts on your side, what are you going to do? They have to pay for it.